Good morning everybody and welcome to today's Q&A. Right, before we start, firstly, if I missed your comment, I apologise, because what I normally do is at the end of a week, if you get a thumbs up, it could mean that yours was the last comment I wrote down. And the way that I can work out the last comment I wrote down is I give it a thumbs up. And I think last week I forgot. So I've got two choices. I either repeat myself and you're going to go, you said that last week, Pete. Or I might have missed a couple off. I think, did I do that one? I think I might have done. Did I do that one? So if I missed you, I do apologise. Leave it again. I don't think I missed anything vital. I don't think there was any kind of questions or anything out there. I think it was just normal comments. But like I say, if you did take the trouble to comment and I haven't read it, I do apologise and I do appreciate the comment. So a bit of a weird one, this one, in the fact that there is only really two categories this week. There's normally lots of categories, including on what I didn't say wrong last week, which I find difficult, but presumably because this week's video was don't trust YouTubers. As you're sitting there watching me on YouTube, don't trust YouTubers. And what I'm trying to say is I think it's wise to be sceptical. And a lot of people have said, you know, sort of, you've said this, that in the past and people have said that's wrong. And now, I mean, when I started, I suppose I did come across as a bit of, I didn't mean to, but I think I came across like I knew what I was talking about. So what I've said for a long time now is please ignore everything I say. It is either wrong or totally or largely inaccurate. So please take everything with a pinch of salt. But you guys are obviously good enough to give me your comments, and between the two of us, we kind of get there. Having said that, this is actually very kind, which I am grateful for, but it is a little bit like, aren't I great? So before we start, if you want to get a bucket, please feel free. Please feel free to opt out any stage. But we're going to start with the main name guy, because he was the guy that set me up to do the video. He enjoyed the video. He says, right. He said the reason he likes the channel is because you say it like it is, and because there is no one making videos on the van at 7.5 tonne, etc. He said older drivers like you had the 7.5 tonne entitlement. I had to go and get me class 2. This is true. He said I was doing it for 8 years as an agency driver, and your channel is. He said your channel is great. He says I only make videos on my interest. Now he did one because he did some on stock market. We've done a few. I think I've done some links to those in the past. He says he done stock market trading, tech ideas. He said, but my videos never started getting any views until I started making 60-second YouTube shorts of me doing a Rubiks Cube. He said, so he does that, and he says you can get like 1,000 views with just people watching him do the Rubiks Cube. So yeah, this is interesting. Firstly, let's have a link. You know, I want to see it. Let's have a link. So for next week's project for domain name guys, we want to see the link, and we're going to get the guy. I want to see. I learned how to do the Rubik's Cube when I was at school. I could probably do it in about 3.5 minutes. I mean, this guy's under 60 seconds, like, you know, so he's got to be quick. But if you don't do it, you forget. Like anything, like guitar. Pick the guitar up again now. Dave, you'll be pleased now if you ever listen. Yeah, I'm a man of mystery at the moment. Yeah, it's kind of good. I'm pleased about it. Also, this thing about the 60-second thing. So, according to Nick at London Creative, I need to be on TikTok. Oh, God, lucky for that. I haven't got enough already. I'm trying to work it out on Facebook. So, what I've been doing, there'll be a few shorter videos coming up. And what I think I might be doing, I might be on TikTok and I might be on Instagram. But they're kind of shorter videos. And what I might do, I'm going to edit down a few of my YouTube videos into shorts. And also, the thing that I like the idea of, as Nick at London Creative is saying, you can do this thing called stitching, which, I mean, you've got to bear in mind, I'm 53, I don't know about this stuff. Apparently, so if someone could say, oh, I don't know how this works, and then you can, if you know how it works, you can record a short video and stitch on the end, which means, theoretically, you guys could do a video saying, asking me a question, and then I could record you an answer. So, I mean, I don't know how it works, maybe you could do this with YouTube Shorts. I'm learning. As all these things, I'm learning. When I first started all this, if you go back to the very, very beginning of the videos, it took me 4 videos to work out that I had to turn my phone sideways because everything was in portrait and it was cutting the sides off. So we learn as we go. But this 60-second video thing, what we wrote, domain name guy for next week, please, a link, and we want to see you do the Rubiks Cube. Fantastic. Right, Shane Hardy. He says, thing I like about you, Pete, you do these videos to help and make some beer money. You always seem honest. Like, again, full transparency, Shane. Like I say, I'm 53. Driving the truck gets harder. Well, you know, just life in general gets harder. I'm still reasonably fit and without pain, thankfully, like, you know, but I'm not daft enough to know that things are only going in one direction. And if I can get into a position where I get more money out of the YouTube, then I can have to drive the truck less. But like the old country guy said, it takes 10 years to be an overnight success. So what you have to do, if you want to get there, and like Molly does all this kind of stuff, and mate Daisy, and she says, you know, a lot of people want it overnight. You ain't going to get it overnight. And you don't know what is right and what is wrong. You just keep doing it. You just keep swimming, and you hope that one day, and it grows slowly, you know, and I don't understand what these things mean, but... And also, there are other reasons, but we'll come to them at the end. But I mean, the primary reason, I'm in it for the money. So when anyone says, yeah, no, I'm in it for the money. I'm in it for the money. I do this in the hope. I don't get any money now. I'll get some money now. Yeah, we're still green. But I do this in the hope that one day it will get bigger, and then all the effort that I'm putting in now will pay off. And it will or it won't. And if it doesn't, there are other reasons. Godzilla's. He says, Peter, so I also think you like to express. The money's the sugar on top, but helping people is always a nice thing to do. But without that little bit, it's that little bit inside that wants to be heard. It's not a bad thing. So in many ways, he says it's a very lonely job. He said, I will call friends and the missus and chat for hours, mostly about how poor the hands-free on the Sprinter is, or what the dopey world have managed to do today. It keeps you sane. He says, I reckon having a camera and thinking, something interesting, press record, also keeps you going through the day. I've seen lots of times in the past people slate you for over-egging the pudding on how much you can earn. There's a hardcore of people who simply don't believe in taking enjoyment out of taking everyone's word and seek to prove the opposite. There's a couple of points in there, I think, which are quite interesting. Firstly, you know, that idea I like to express, but it's, you know, it's that thing. You think, I've got to make a video. I'm like, I can't be bothered. I'm sitting on a bay, I'm doing nothing, I can't be bothered. Then when you start doing it, it's okay. And then you think, well, I have one big advantage over a lot of other YouTubers out there in the CX thing, which is this. It's the Q&A. And it came about because there was a guy that when I was starting off, I was subscribed to this guy, this crazy sort of rock guitarist guy, and he started doing Q&A. And a few people left some comments, and I thought, that's a good idea. So it took off that. But, and again, full transparency. Never lie to you guys. When you write comments in, you say, what about this? What about that? You are providing me with free content. You don't get paid for it, but then I don't really get paid for it either. When I started in the very beginning, I was writing, the whole thing that started these YouTubes off, the market trading YouTubes, was because I was writing some content for a guy on Six Music. He's still doing it. Chris Hawkins, he's on in the mornings. He's very, very good. I'm a big fan. And his producer rang me up and he said, would you consider being the correspondent, the market trading correspondent? So I wrote market trading correspondent things. He would read them out about funny things that happen on the market today. And I did that up until the stage I left the markets. And then my mate Ben said, you should turn them into YouTube. So I did. And then when I left the markets, I did one on the CX and the rest is history. But a lot of the guys out there that are making these videos, you can do it 3 or 4 times. How much can you earn? Day in the sleep, that kind of thing. And then where do I go next? You guys provide me with ideas of where to go next. So it's like, oh, well, I've got a problem. And of course, there are other things that happen to me, like that handle doesn't shut properly, or I've got to paint these curtains. But yeah, so I have that one big advantage. The other thing, he says, is as for people, no one seems to, they used to knock me in the beginning, like I say, and they probably do still knock me on forums and stuff like that, but I don't read them, so I don't care. And I did say at the beginning, I did maybe come across as, this is how you do it. It's like, who's this guy? Who's this Johnny come lately who's just turned up? He's got a van, he thinks he knows it all. I never thought I knew it all, but I might have come across like I knew it all. Now I turn around and say, look, I don't know it all. Although I have been doing this now for nearly 5 years, and I now will answer the occasional question with a little bit more confidence, because you think, well, I've been doing it for 5 years, and that's been working for the last 5 years, so it is what it is. as for what other people think, I'm not daft enough not to listen to what other people think, because otherwise if you start to go mental, and then everyone's going, you're going mental. No, I'm fine. You're going mental. If everyone tells you you're going mental, you want to do something about it. But at the same time, there was a thing on this thing I watched called Agent Carter, and she solved this case, and all the guys around her, it was like pre-war, it was like just after the war, like, and everybody around her, because she's the woman, everyone's getting all medals and well done, and she gets nothing. And one of the guys in the office goes up to her and he goes, aren't you like upset that you've done everything and you've got no recognition for that? And she says, no. She says, I know, I don't need a medal. I know my worth. I know my worth. I know what I do. I'm happy with it. That's cool. And and like I say, a few other comments we've got to come on to here. Rock God says, it's not just YouTubers promoting products, because I did say, it's to do with promoting products, wasn't it? Yeah, about the thing with the tap in the microphone. See, this one works. Good morning. He said, not just YouTubers promoting products that attack. He says, you need to be careful of advice they give out regarding doing the job. There's a couple of HGV YouTubers with thousands of subscribers I watch sometimes, and I sit there shaking my head. There's certain advice they give out is completely wrong, and they haven't got a clue what they're talking about. The thing is, because they have so many subscribers, everyone believes them, and in their eyes, they can't do or say anything wrong. I think, again, be sceptical. I've got one. I want to do one for my mate. He's got a ratchet strap company, and it's brilliant. And they're all they're here, they're in the UK, every strap under the world, cheaper than anyone else I know. And I keep saying, let me do a video for you. I won't even charge you, because you're a friend of mine. I'll just do it. And he went, no, I'm too busy. And if I do this video, and I probably will, because, hey, it's another idea for a video, and I want you guys to know about this guy, because he's really, really good, it's going to come out like a paid promotion. I know it is, but the truth of the matter, it's not. And I won't ask him for any dough, I'll just do it because I'll do him a favour. And again, if he does I'd say that if you do get loads of views on it, give me a drink out of it if you like. But you guys need to know about this guy's fantastic. He's now got high-vis straps, different colour straps, that's my favourite. In the fact that, when I go in my box, you can normally tell by how wound it up is, but it's at a 6 metre, an 8 metre, a 10 metre. My 8 metre straps are blue, my 6 metre straps are red. I can go straight to the one I need, galvanised things, bits that click underneath the curtain. I will do one on this. I'm going to go and pester him. He doesn't even want to wander around his warehouse. I'm just going to go in one day and do it. But yeah, I've gone off on a tangent, haven't I? But yeah, be careful of the videos that are out there. I mean, I did see one from a guy out there who's a truck driver, and he's got loads of subscribers, and it was to do with the TomTom Pro or something like that. It's small, but it's powerful, and I'm sitting there thinking, TomTom, I paid you for that. Now, we might come, I didn't watch the video, I don't watch anything, I'm hopeless. Now, he might start at the beginning and go, TomTom, I paid me for this, which is fine. But if he comes out with, he doesn't say, TomTom, I paid me for this, and he tells everybody what a brilliant thing it is, you've got to go two ways. Either it is brilliant and he's just doing what I'm doing, trying to just get the information across there, or he's been given a few quid to say it's great whether it is or it's not, which is why you've got to be sceptical of everything you watch. Be sceptical of this, be sceptical of everything. It is good to be sceptical. John Fennell, who's been around I haven't spoken to you for ages. John, how are you doing? Okay. He says, you're honest and fair, Pete, and anyone looking at the ships in Northern Ireland, drop me a line. John's our man in Northern Ireland. Like I say, he's in a van, he does loads from time to time. So if you've got backloads going back to Northern Ireland, stick something in the comments, I'll put you in touch. Commuter Branch Line, he says, Pete, you've always been straight up about the trucking game. Nothing over-egged about Pete's pudding. I don't like that. Pete's pudding. Take care, take money. Please use your circuit. It's good for money. Yeah, they paid me for a little while, but they don't anymore, which is fine. And I did say the app was very good, and I still think it is very, very good. It's a little bit too dear, but it is very, very good. There was another one we did recently. You can have a look at that one if you like. I don't know what's going on with it. Mr. GUP says, oh yeah, this is it. He said, do you know the CX have a question? How did you hear about us? Option, Pete the Courier. No, I didn't. And like I've said to you all along, I don't get anything out of CX. They don't pay me. They gave me, I think they might have given me a little bit at the beginning, which is very frustrating, because if you recommend someone to the CX, they're supposed to give you a free month. So if anyone joins and clicks Pete the Courier, I should be due a shed load of free months. Probably enough to not even pay their subscription, but I haven't. And they rang me recently because they're going to do to do with that trusted thing. I haven't filled in me trusted yet. I thought I had, but I haven't because I put the wrong insurance details in. I've got to do that today as well. There's so much to do all the time. They might be doing something where you can get paid directly or paid quicker. They're going to trial it, and they said we'd like you guys to trial it as like we're going to pick a few firms and get you guys to trial it. I presume this isn't a secret. So I don't know if they want me to try it because they want me to do a video on it or something like that. I don't know. So it's going to again a watch this space thing. It may or may not be happening. There's some changes going on at the CX, but like I say, so they have contacted me. So next time they do contact me, I might say, one of the guys said, you've got an option. How did you hear about me? So if they say they heard about from me and then they sign up, do you know we get a free month? And do you know what they'll say? No. They'll say no. They'll say it's contrary to interest or something like that. Oh well. That's not a whinge. I do okay. Like I say, I run on the CX. I made money out of the CX. I've got to where I am. I'm kind of grateful for the CX. I had nowhere to go on the markets, and now I've got somewhere to go, and I'm happy about that. So, and finally, the main reason, the other main reason I do this was from Robert Ben Transport. He said, we literally started our business thanks to your altruism. We needed the CX to get started with 0 customers of our own, but we didn't know anything about it. You didn't say anything that painted a prettier picture than the reality, of course, and we learned a few things on our own because you're going to. Once we got started, but you and no doubt the guys on YouTube will be helping people start their business or simply work for themselves. As you say, it works for me. I hope it works for you. And that is the best thing. That really is. And I've said it before. I did the video ages ago about the guy that come up to me and he said, I was working in the jewellery sector in a chicken shop in Birmingham and I hated my life. I saw your videos, I went and bought a van, I've been to Scotland, I've been to Wales, I'm making more money, I'm making 4 times as much money I was working in a chicken shop and I love my life. You changed my life for the better. And it don't get no better than that. It can't get any better than that. It's only kind of hopefully might be a little retirement plan, but that makes it all worthwhile. So, right, so that was all about the sceptical of YouTube people, and so we've just got a few miscellaneous to cover this week. So Johnny Ramsey says, "Oh, and we got a new guy in town, Sean Barraclough. Welcome to the channel." Like he said, John Ramsey says, "Pete, what are your thoughts on the way the CX is going? I'm thinking of pulling the plug. 2,400 a year subs. It's becoming too saturated with many drivers bidding 40 and 50p per mile jobs. Been on the CX for 4 years now, never known it this bad." From our point of view, we kind of still rely on it. A lot of our jobs come from the CX, and particularly the backload jobs. We are lucky enough that we've been around long enough now that we do get direct phone calls. We've got like 10 top customers who are shippers on the CX, but they'll ring me up. You know, you're free Monday, you're free Friday, we need 2 vans on Thursday, we need 2 lorries on Thursday, that kind of thing. One guy particularly, who my mate Jack, he gives me a lot of work, and he'll go, "Oh, it's on for tomorrow," and I go, "I can't do tomorrow, mate. I picked up something on the way home, I'm stuck, I can't." It's like, "No, I need you in there." I'm like, that makes you feel good. That makes you feel like you're doing a good job, like, you know, sort of. But no, we would still rely on the CX, particularly for backloads. You know, it's all well and good having people in the area that will send you out in the morning, but getting back, so we need it. But John, if it doesn't work for you, dump it. You know, there's absolutely, I'm not going to tell you, oh, it's going to be great or this is changing. It is what it is. And if it turns out that it's too much money and you've got other ways to go the other way, like, you know, sort of, there's no loyalty, they don't owe you nothing, so you do you, and I hope you do it right. And then, so we got Sean Barraclough, who put a few comments, and I think he stumbled across the channel. He was doing the Argos. He says on the Argos, check your run sheet. Pay attention to postcodes. If you're in D4 early and back to D4 closer to the end, ignore time slots. Be courteous on the phone. "Hi, madam. Not due till 4 o'clock this afternoon, but we're literally driving past. Would you like your delivery now?" No, the wife says, you know, sometimes when you get a phone call on the food deliveries from Waitrose, you don't want it, it's coming at 12 because you couldn't get an earlier slot. They ring you at 11, say, will you take it at 11? Yes, please. Get it in, get the rest of my day done. I wonder how many people turn around and go, no, even though they're in, no, sitting watching telly, and go, no, you're due at 12. So the driver's sitting on the driveway at 12 o'clock, yes, you can come in now. That's just horrible. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, some people might have been doing other things, might be at work, that kind of stuff, fair enough, like, you know, but yeah, definitely worth a go. He also says, he said when we get the orders in, the item-sized unboxed doesn't fit through doorless frames, and customers knowing we're delivering vehicles bigger than fire engines, they just want it. Yeah, this is another issue that you'll find. I had one last Friday, I had to deliver, it's pallets, and it was the pallets will put on, it goes on like the pallet network, and then you go in the lorry, and the guy in the forks will load it. He loaded me up with 2 pallets of stones, and in the metre square bags. Now they weigh 1 tonne each, and you know that when you get to your destination, it's going to be a residential address, as it was on a hill. Can you drag it off the lorry and then put it on the driveway? I said, I do my best, love. I got it to the edge of the driveway and I just couldn't get any further, and it was hard work doing that. So be aware that people will order things, and this is why he said, I don't know if we were going to do one of these on the Courier Driver Awards on sort of best instructions, which you get kind of underneath the, you know, like sometimes I get, right, what you need to do is don't pull in the front, pull in the back, and then, or delivery, or sort of, it says it's on Whitworth Street, but the actual delivery, the actual, the yard that you're delivering to is actually on Pullover Street round the corner, so go to Pullover Street, opposite. I had one the other day, it was like, I nearly finished my driving time, I was on 4:26, and I stopped where the postcode said, and they said, it's opposite McDonald's. No McDonald's. I thought, it's got to be on this road. So I drove down, I drove around the corner, I got to like 4:28, I went, I've got to stop. So I stopped, walked around to the place I stopped originally, which was where I was supposed to be. It was, the door was there. I went in, and I said, but the instructions said it was next to McDonald's. She said, yeah, McDonald's hasn't been here for 2 years. Great. I'll see you in half an hour. I had to go and have a break and then drive around the corner to where I was before. Life as a delivery driver. He says, so Sean Barclay says, 2 of my favourite ones. He says, it's a right track, but there's hard standing, you can turn round on 2 previous fails. So we trusted the driver's instructions. Yeah, there wasn't anything but mud. They drove all the way down, nothing but mud. Asked the lady why she lied, and she said, that's why she said, well, it failed before, was the answer. So the 7.5 truck off-road and a 3-mile reverse. Brilliant. So basically, she said you could turn around at the end. They drove all the way down a muddy track, got to the very end, there was nowhere to turn around. Took it off and then had to reverse 3 miles back because she said there was. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. Anyway, so that's it. So like I say, I'm going to try and do some shorts that might come on the YouTube shorts. People like short videos apparently now. It's the thing. The attention span has disappeared completely. And there might be a bit on TikTok, there might be a bit on Instagram, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. Also, you can follow the links underneath. There's like the website where all the videos are and other bits and pieces are. And also there's a podcast, which is, I'll do some links. If not, they're down below. So yeah, that's it. I'll go up the yard. Mark's doing a few bits and pieces up there today. Yeah, just sort of officey stuff. Worky stuff. Nothing for Monday, because I thought I had my regular Monday job, but now they've changed it to Tuesday. So I shall enjoy the weekend, do a bit of gardening, and on Monday, take care and take money.